All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mixtape Show. It is time for our Artist of the Week interview. And this week, man, we got a dope one, man. This is brought to you by the Mix Mafia DJ. Shout out to my sister Angela Covington for helping book this interview. Got an artist representing Brooklyn, New York in the building. Goes by the name of Weather Park. And we're going to chop it up for a little bit, man. First and foremost, my brother, how are you, man? Peace.
I'm all right. Blessed to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem, man. So I typically like to start off the question like this, man, because music is the soundtrack of life, right? So when you was coming up, man, go ahead and tell me what did your musical soundtrack sound like growing up in the house? What was some of your joints that you can remember that you have good memories of?
All Night Long, Mary J. Blige. Let me see. My moms used to always play SWV Week. That's just, I grew up with my moms a lot. So it's really, everything was really catered towards the females. If I'm going to say male, it was Avant. Definitely Temptations. Nothing too crazy. Prince for a fact. Michael Jackson. Can't forget about Michael Jackson. That's a legend.
Yeah.
I say a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like it was a little bit of everything. Absolutely.
A lot of soulful joints, right?
Absolutely.
So let me see this. With the stuff that you grew up with, is that married? Would you say that's married into your music currently?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. What's your favorite part as far as the process, man? Putting your music together. What's some of the things that you love about creating?
Honestly, the feedback that I get from the females that's around me while I'm writing the music, it's like they really more be psyched for the end, like the finishing product, because they see where it's going in the direction to get them going. They're like, oh wait, like how you do this, how you come up with this, I really feel like that's the best part of it for me. It's not really, the guys is okay, but it's a female to impress a female is a task. It's a challenge. So if you can master that, then you got something.
Yeah, definitely, man. They don't want to purchase the music. They don't want to really purchase the merchandise and stuff like that. So you got to cater to them. You know what I'm saying? That's never going to change, no matter what generation we in.
Nope, not at all.
Dope, man. So let me ask you this, man. We're dealing with the COVID times and everything like that. How's that helped you? How's that actually helped you in this past year or so, as far as the creation and stuff?
Just locked in. I never knew that I could reach this level of focus that I have now. It took that time for me to be just to myself and just around my peers and my forefathers, the people with the right mentality, to feed my energy, to feed my thoughts, and I just take all of that time and I just make magic happen. You know what I mean? I didn't waste not one moment of that time. You know what I mean? At all. That was the best time that I could ever have with myself and my craft, honestly.
Yeah, did it really slow you down? Did it slow down as far as the extracurricular stuff that may have been distractions for you?
No distractions at all over here. You know what I mean? Any extra curriculum is what's involving my craft and anything that can help me be a better Weather Park today and tomorrow for the next 5 years ahead.
Dope, man. So what would you say is one of the major changes that you've seen in yourself in the past year?
Maturity.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hear that, my brother. I hear you, man. So since you've been working, man, what you been working on? You got a EP or album in the works right now?
Singles is dropping. I got an EP coming, Your World My Playground, but the singles is dropping. The singles is fire. They definitely go raise some shock value for my brand and my brand awareness. And I look forward to the singles. The EP, I look forward to it too, but I know them singles is really going to shake the room and bring a higher attraction for my EP moving into my project, my album that's coming soon.
That's actually the perfect way to go now, brother, with the way that people consume music. It really don't make sense to just keep throwing albums out right now. So you kind of just put out the singles until the people ask for the album, or the
Absolutely.
EP or even the mixtape, I'm saying? Just single them to death, I'm saying?
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dope, man. So what's some of the plans you got for this year besides the singles, man? I know we're about to open up outside soon. Tell me what a Weather Park stage show look like.
Oh, what a Weather Park stage show? Listen. You might, I can say what I want.
Go for it. Go for it.
You might see some titties flashing. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you a guy, you want to come to the Weather Park show because the females is gonna be there.
Yeah.
So you gonna have two types of fun. You get some teasers, you know what I'm saying? You might see some naked ladies, and then you get the vibe out with me. You see how the ladies react to me, and then you know you learn some juice. So now when you leave from me, you going to play them Weather Park songs. You seen which ones had them girls going crazy. So now you know which ones to keep in the itinerary. You know what I mean?
Word. And so let me ask you this, man. What would be if you had the perfect stage show, the perfect venue and everything? Tell me how your set would look and who would be involved with that.
Oh, definitely got to involve Drake. Yeah, let me tell you something. It's just a Scorpio thing, you know what I mean? Something about us and the females. We just go a long way. I just want anything that's involved in life. If I was going to include any artist, it would have to be people like Drake, Travis Scott, pure energy that know how to move the crowd just as well as I do. You know what I mean? I respect lyricists. I respect MCs. I respect people that can stand there with a 45-minute set like a Jay-Z and give straight lyrics and people shut up and listen. I love that. But like Jay-Z once said himself, when he went on after DMX, he had a problem.
Yeah. It's certain people it's hard to follow, and X was one of them.
Absolutely.
Busta Rhymes definitely is a hard act to follow. Even Naughty by Nature puts on a good show. I don't know if you've ever seen him perform live.
Of course.
You know, MOP. You know what I'm saying? So I'll tell you what, who else did you study, man? Who some of the other acts that you kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of that when I go live, or I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's not really a take thing. It's a natural thing. One thing I see with DMX is he's a natural. He naturally gives emotion. I think it's more about being captivated by the situation at hand, coming from what you come from. All right, don't get me wrong. Some of it is orchestrated, like Travis Scott. And what I mean by orchestrated is like even the way he may sing his like, you know, his everything is coordinated in a way where it's not meant for him to fail. But when you have such a raw talent like a DMX, and he can move an arena and then have everybody pray with him at the same time, that's a different. That takes genuineness for them to feel you. You know what I mean? It's more than the music. That's like cult fan base. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really, really what I'm going for. And I'm not gonna say cult because I don't want people to be killing themselves over me. But as far as gravitational pull goes, I definitely know what I'm capable of.
Well, I view cult as culture, and hip hop is a culture, right? You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
And if you think about it, like you said, some artists their stage shows are, like you said, it's not meant for them to fail. So everything has to go according to plan. Whereas, like you said, you go to a Redman Method Man show, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
You go to an Onyx show, you don't know what's gonna happen.
They let off the guns back in the day at one of them shows. It was throwing shots in the middle of the show.
But if you go to a Kanye, it may be a little bit more, like you said, orchestrated, or things have to line up the right way. But
absolutely.
Or you go to a Weather Park show, you never know what's gonna happen. You just know You just know the energy is gonna be in the building, right?
Absolutely.
I like it, bro. I definitely like the energy, man. And like I said, Ange sent me these tracks that we definitely gonna bump here in the show and on the radio station and stuff like that, man. So tell me this, man. What do you see yourself, man? What do you want to be? Let's say they write a book about Weather Park, your contribution to the culture here in about 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? That's a good run. And you're not done yet, but they come to you and they say, man, we want to write this chapter about you as far as, you know, this era of hip hop, whatever we want to call it. What do you want your chapter to say, man?
Well, I just want them to be real with the type of person that I am. I want them to understand that, you know, just to familiarize people with me. You know, my father is Old Dirty Bastard, but that doesn't take away from who I am. I'm not privileged. I never was privileged. I come from the same neighborhood that poverty exists in still in today. And I want them to see my growth with and without my community. When they didn't believe in me, up until when they did, And I want that book to consist of every emotion that I experienced with my passion, because that is what's going to make the book sell, and that's what's going to keep the reader interested in learning how that I bridge the gap between disappointment and successfulness.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, I got the heads up about that too. And typically, like, so I've interviewed artists who they may have been related to other people in the industry and stuff like that. And I typically don't like bringing that up because I don't want to take that shine away from you, because this is just your interview, this is your artist, this is your artistry. But I can tell, as a fan of growing up in that era and watching the Wu, your mannerisms and your energy, I could feel that, you know what I'm saying, coming from you, from your dad, you know what I'm saying? But I like what you're doing too, where you're like, I'm me, you know what I'm saying? This is who I am. This is how I'm a roll. And I definitely respect that even more, you know what I'm saying? That you do that. And you know, you always got a home here on the Mixtape Show, brother. This is our first time, but I definitely not gonna be our last time chopping it up. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta get one of these of yours. And I actually been having this sitting here for a while, but I can't wait to get this, to have your joint on here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's coming soon. Coming soon.
I gotta get that.
I'm gonna bring the real back for real.
Yeah, man, that's definitely dope, brother. I just want you to know, man, you got a home, brother, and we definitely gonna be banging your records here on the show. I got my radio station. We already got those joints loaded up on the station, and you know, this is always home, man. You can reach out to Ange, and I'm gonna follow you on the social medias and everything. And just know, whenever you got anything going, brother, just reach out and say, hey, man, let's talk about this, and I'll definitely bring you back.
Okay, no doubt.
No doubt. Well, so social media though, man, what's the best way to follow you?
That's what I was just about to get into. We on the same page. Great minds think alike. It's only one of me. So weather_park, everything. Once you put weather and underscore, I should be the first thing that pop up. There's nothing else that could go with me or without me. Social media is the same thing as, you know, the streaming platform. So you ain't gotta have, ain't no 3 different names. YouTube, everything is under one entity, Weather Park. So
that's an interesting name. What was the thought process behind that name? Is that your government, or you just chose that?
Nah, that's my stage name. That's really like, I'm not gonna call it an alter ego, but I could say my alias, because it separates the two between who I am with my family and who I am for the fans. But going into the name, anybody that isn't aware, you know, my family comes from a high 5% background, and it's not really about that. It's just the symbolism of God and himself, and I am made in God's image. So if I look at the way God shows and presents himself to us as a species, it's usually in the form of weather, rather it be a sandstorm or a tsunami or a flood. So there you have the weather aspect of it, and God himself placed me on this earth, and it makes it my playground in a way, because I'm free to do whatever I want here. So there you have it, the colliding of weather and park, Weather Park.
I like it, brother. Definitely is dope, man. I love it, man. I love the energy, like I said, brother. And like I said, anything we could do for you, man, is to push these records out. Definitely let us know, man. And other than that, man, who you want to shout out, man? Shout out your team.
Yeah, of course. Big shout out to RGE. Shout out to Angela. Please shout out you, everybody that's here with us. Please keep coming in tune with the Mixtape Show. He's doing a good thing for the artists coming up. You know what I mean? Can't be mad at that. Give a little message to my fans. Never give up. Stay determined. Stay humble. And no matter how much you got, how much you don't have, stay humble. Because you can't take none of that with you. And if you don't have money management, then it's no point in having money.
There you go. And isn't it wild how and I know you as an indie artist, it's a little bit different, but as a you've seen in this past year and a half or so, the artists who were signed to major labels, they really weren't moving like the indie artists were this past year, because they didn't have that freedom to move, because the labels is like, we just don't have the money to put out a project. Whereas you could put out singles every day this week, and it's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think this is definitely the time for the independent scene of it, whatever it is, whether it's podcasts, radio, artistry. This is the time to really strike, because the big artists are behind the 8 ball right now, because the labels ain't allowing it. So just keep pushing, my brother. Just keep pushing, man.
Thank you.
There you go, man. Dope, man. Well, he goes by the name of Weather Park. He's a Mixtape Show alumni now, officially. We gotta get you a t-shirt with that alumni t-shirt. I'll get that information for you in just a minute. And
Okay.
this is always home to you, brother, man. Yeah, like I said, anytime you got anything going, come on back and let's do this again. All right.
All right, no doubt.
All right, man. Let's get into a couple of these joints. We'll be right back.